There is no man living who is incapable of doing more than he thinks he can do. Coming together is a beginning. Keeping together is progress. Working together is success. Employers only handle the money. It is the customers who pays the wages. A business absolutely devoted to service will only have one worry about profits, because they will be embarrassingly large. I do not believe a man can ever leave his business. He ought to think of it by day and dream of it by night. You can't build a reputation on what you are going to do. The competitor to be feared is one who never bothers about you, but goes on making his business better all the time. Thinking is the hardest work there is, which is probably the reason so few engage in it. Anyone who stops learning is old, whether at 20 or 80. Anyone who keeps learning stays young. Competition is the keen cutting edge of business, always shaving away at costs. If I had asked people what they wanted, they would have said faster horses. Enthusiasm is the yeast that makes your hopes shine to the star. Vision without execution is just an hallucination. Quality means doing it right when no one is looking. I am looking for a lot of men who have an infinite capacity to know what can be done. The only real mistake is the one from which we learn nothing. If there's any one secret to success, it lies in the ability to get the other person's point of view and see things from that person's angle as well as from your own. It has been my observation that most people get ahead during the time that others waste. One of the greatest discoveries a man makes, one of his great surprises, is to find he can do what he was afraid he couldn't do. To do more for the world than the world does for you, that is success. The highest use of capital is not to make more money, but to make money do more for the betterment of life. A business that makes nothing but money is a poor business. The man who will use his skill and constructive imagination to see how much he can give for $1 instead of how little he can give for $1 is bound to succeed. You can't learn in school what the world is going to do next year. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you are right. I believe God is managing affairs and that He doesn't need any advice from me. With God in charge, I believe everything will work out for the best in the end. So what is there to worry about? Failure is simply the opportunity to begin again, this time more intelligently. Don't find fault, find a remedy. The only real security that a man can have in this world is a reserve of knowledge, experience, and ability. There is joy in work. There is no happiness except in the realization that we have accomplished something. Before everything else, getting ready is the secret of success. I cannot discover that anyone knows enough to say what is and what is definitely not possible.